Hello, you're welcome. My name is Dr. Chris Williams, and I'm your host on Well Again. Well Again is your online health magazine program in which we look at fail-proof principles and protocols for regaining health and retaining health. Okay, you're welcome. Today we are talking about something that happens more as aging progresses, and that is Parkinson's disease, how to naturally deal with Parkinson's disease. Now, what is Parkinson's disease? Parkinson's disease is a disease in which there's a degeneration of the nervous system. There's a part of the brain called the substantia nigra. In this part of the brain, some neurotransmitters, dopamine, noradrenaline, and serotonin are formed. When there is a shortfall in production of dopamine, that's what leads to Parkinson's disease. Now, what could lead to a shortfall in the production of dopamine? That is a destruction or a dying, slow dying of the substantia, that's the area of the brain called substantia nigra. So Parkinson's disease is a degenerative disease of the nervous system that happens because there's shortfall in the production of dopamine in the brain. All right, so medical science does not exactly know what causes it, but some people have suggested some things. The first thing that people have looked at is oxidative stress. Okay, how do I say it now? I'm sure you have seen rust before, when you put iron, a piece of iron outside, and then dew falls on it and air blows on it, oxygen touches it, the oxygen reacts with the water, and there's a rusting of the iron. Rust also happens in our body. Rust also happens in our body. We take in oxygen, and then rust happens in our body. So it's called oxidative stress, or redox oxidation reduction process. Oxidation reduction process that causes rust in our body. Okay, now there's a product called homocysteine. When that rust happens, especially when it is happening more than it should be happening, it happens per time, it's happening per minute, it's happening per second. But when it should be happening more than it should be happening, because some things that should control it are not controlling it, there is accumulation of homocysteine. Homocysteine is a product of oxidative stress. I'll take it again. When rust happens or oxidative stress happens, it produces homocysteine. Now, homocysteine is quickly converted to cysteine, and then cysteine is quickly converted to glutathione. Now, glutathione now reduces the oxidative reduction process. Now, when there is a hijacking or a slowing down of that process to get back glutathione, to recycle glutathione, to reduce oxidative process, that's one of the reasons. Okay, and what could cause that is when there is there are several things that could cause it, whether the liver is not functioning well, or the proteins that the liver is supposed to use to work are not there, or the vitamins and minerals that the liver is supposed to use to work are not there. Okay, vitamins like vitamins like B6, B12, and folic acid, or maybe there's one of the amino acids, essential amino acids, or non-essential amino acids that are useful that are not there. It can lead to a hanging of the production of glutathione, and then homocysteine builds up in the body, and it can destroy the substantia nigra. Okay, so shortage of glutathione literally can destroy the substantia nigra. What other things can cause destruction of the substantia nigra, or the production, yes, or the production or low production of dopamine in the brain? Okay, because you see, when substantia nigra is destroyed, it's not able to produce enough dopamine. The accumulation of lead or some other heavy metals like silver, like aluminum, like mercury, like arsenic, like cadmium, all these heavy metals, when they are in our body to some very, very micro quantities, but when they are in our body more than they are there, it can lead to destruction of the substantia nigra. Now, heavy metal toxicity can lead to so many things in the body. One of the things it can lead to is a destruction of that part of the brain. And somebody says, where do we get these heavy metals? From using substandard pots that are not stainless steel pots, or overusing pots. Some people use aluminum pots for several years till the pot is eaten away, and they don't know it's them that are actually consuming the pot that is eaten away. Or people who use substandard pipes to convey their pipe-borne water. It can also cause leakages of heavy metals into the body. What other things could cause destruction of the substantia nigra? Environmental toxins. Overexposure to environmental toxins like herbicides, like pesticides, and all those things they use to try and make weeds or insects not destroy food in the farm. Those things can find their way into our food, and if we eat them, it can cause damage. Now, liver's inability to detoxify also, anything that destroys the liver, I've said earlier, or impairs the functioning of the liver, will impair the production of glutathione, okay, and then that will increase oxidative reduction, okay. So when there's impairment of the function of the liver, which is chiefly detoxification, it could lead to accumulation of all these metabolites that can destroy the substantia nigra. Now, what are the signs and the symptoms of Parkinson's? It may be mild to moderate tremor at rest, and then that disappears when the person is sleeping, but it is aggravated either when the person is trying to move, or when the person is offended. When they are under tension, that tremor is increased, or when they are moving, when they are trying to make a movement, the tremor also increases. And then also tremor at rest. Now, so moderate tremors of the hands, especially at rest, but it's aggravated when they are trying to make a motion, or when they are infuriated, when they are stressed one way or the other. So other symptoms are general slowness and heaviness of the body. The person begins to be unable to carry their body. Muscle stiffness begins to set in, and then there's also slowness or soreness of the muscles. Soreness of the muscles begin to also take place, okay. And then there's easy fatigability. This person begins to tire very easily. They begin to tire very easily. Later in life, other symptoms can set in, like muscular rigidity, like drooling, like loss of appetite, and then the shuffling gait, the characteristics of shuffling gait. If you have ever seen somebody with Parkinson's disease, they walk, they are not able to lift their legs up, their feet off the ground. They just shuffle it as if they are sliding on the ground. And then okay, so we've talked about the tremors, the pin rolling tremors. The hand will be moving like this, as if to say they are cutting or peeling orange, okay. Peel rolling tremors, it is called, okay. And then at very late stages, there can be a fixed facial expression. Fixed facial expression. If they are smiling, their face will not move. If they are frowning, the face will not move. It's just there as if the face is a mask, okay. It can be complicated with depression and also dementia. They begin to forget things. What should you do? Stay away from foods that increase oxidative stress. foods like sugars, like alcohol, like coffee, overeating of animal proteins, eating of drinking of carbonated drinks, alcohol, coffees, smoking, eating of foods that lack fiber, processed foods, okay, refined foods, whether they are carbohydrates or proteins, things that have been processed and refined, foods with preservatives. All these things destroy the body, not only the substantia nigra, okay, not only the substantia nigra. So what food, stay away from those foods. What food should you take? Eat 70% raw food. If somebody is battling Parkinson's disease and they want to their symptoms they want to overcome the symptoms and the disease, you need to begin to eat food that is about 70% raw food. Let your intakes be 70% raw food. And I recommend blending and drinking of vegetables. Blending and drinking of vegetables like cucumber, like cabbage, like avocado, pear, cucumber, cabbage, carrot, beetroot, broccoli, cauliflower. Blending and drinking all these vegetables are very good. Okay, so eat food that is 70% raw, with seeds, with grains and nuts. Oats is very good. Oats provides you with tryptophan, which is very instrumental in production of serotonin. Oats is also very good. Okay. And then if you have access to Brazil nuts, it's very good. Brazil nut contains a lot of serotonin. Okay. And then almonds contain good good dopamine. Almond is a very good source of dopamine. Walnut is also a very good source of dopamine. Walnut, the black walnuts. What other things should you do concerning food? Reduce your intake of proteins, especially animal proteins. I've said that earlier. Okay, but you can take other sources of proteins. Take fish, take tofu, take beans, lentils, legumes. Get your sources of proteins from plant-based or from mushroom-based. Okay, eat high fiber diet. High fiber diet is very useful. And then intermittent fasting. They found out, studies found out that people who fast a lot, they are suffering from Parkinson's. Their symptoms tend to be reduced. The frequency is reduced. The intensity is also reduced. What does that tell us? Many of the diseases that we suffer, we literally created it by suffocating our systems with food. Once you are over 35, you must reduce your eating. It's so very important. Eat only maybe twice a day, and then let the afternoon food be the main food. The one you eat in the evening, just an adjunct thing, just an addendum, not a main food. It's so important. Eat your first meal maybe around 11 a.m. and the next one maybe around 6 p.m. It helps. Chelation with several herbs. Chelation is chelation therapy. It talks about removing metal toxins from the body, and you can do that with several things that help the liver, like milk thistle, mistletoe, dandelion, burdock root. All this can remove heavy metals from the body. Okay, eat low calorie diet. It's so very important. I've talked about oats. Oats is the best meal that in my consideration, the best carbohydrate that anybody can be eating. Oats. Get oats. If you do not know how to get oats, just let us know. There are some persons who will tell you where you can get them in bulk supplies, and then you can eat them. Oats contains high fiber, and it is also low glycemic. There are other grains that are low glycemic or moderately glycemic, but oats is the best. It's my most recommended. Okay, basmati rice or even brown rice. Brown rice is the best. Okay, go for low carbohydrates. It's so very important. Now, low glycemic carbohydrates. Now, there are things you can take, supplements you can take that will help benefit or help you overcome or win the battle against Parkinson's. Vitamin B6, vitamin B12, and folic acid. Okay, that's very important. These when these three are down, or oxidative the oxidative stress in the body increases. So people have found out, practitioners have found out, that if they increase B6, B12, and folic acid for their clients, they tend to do better. Get B6, B12, and folic acid. But do not forget to inquire from your doctor before you take any of these things. It's so important your doctor understands you better, and then they will be able to tell you whether to take these or not. These are not prescriptions. We are just giving these for information. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notification, and don't forget to drop your comments, encourage us, and then contact the numbers and share your good reports. Other supplements, fish oil is very good. Iron supplements are also very good, especially if you are taking iron and thyroxine, L-tyrosine, not L-tyrosine, the supplement, not the drug. L-tyrosine, the supplement, not the drug. 25 milligram, about 500 milligrams of L-tyrosine supplement on a daily basis. It will help you. Potassium, calcium, magnesium, potassium. If you can get a combination of the three, they are also very good. These tend to help osteoporosis, and the magnesium calms you down. It's so important. Ubiquin helps you to build energy, to release energy in the cells, and it also slows down brain death. It slows down brain death because energy, glucose is the brain's best food. Okay, glucose, much of the glucose we use in the body is utilized in the brain to release energy, and ubiquin helps to release energy a lot in the brain. 5-HTP, we've talked about tryptophan in oats. You can get the supplement 5-HTP, 5-hydroxytryptophan. It increases serotonin, and it helps us to overcome insomnia and depression. Okay, other sources for you can also, the person should also be on alpha lipoic acid and N-acetylcysteine. These are precursors for forming glutathione and recycling glutathione in the body. Alpha lipoic acid and N-acetylcysteine. L-phenylalanine, L-tyrosine, we've talked about it. Vitamin B complex, very useful. B12, B6, B3, and the folic acid also. Ascorbic acid is very useful. It's a very powerful antioxidant. Well, I usually would say it is the mother of antioxidants, while glutathione is the father of antioxidants. Vitamin E is another powerful antioxidant, and vitamin A also. Using gamma aminobutyric acid, GABA, in the preparation Calma. I like the preparation Calma. Calma is very good. Calma helps you, or GABA helps you to increase the production of serotonin, and it's really very helpful against Parkinson's disease. Use of lecithin capsules. Lecithin is a fat emulsifier. You make sure that fats do not remain clogged, do not continue to clog the microvessels that lead to the brain, because sometimes it is the clogging of those vessels that leads to the death of the substantia nigra. And then evening primrose. Evening primrose is very useful. It reduces the severity and frequency of tremors. Evening primrose. What are the herbs that you can use? Herbs that will help insulation, herbs that will help to deliver, to detoxify better, and herbs that will also help to release more and more glutathione in the body. Burdock roots, dandelion, ginger, milk thistle, cayenne pepper, and grains generally. Spirulina, chlorella, wheatgrass, barley grass. Okay, other herbs are licorice roots, lemon balm, passion flower, and valerian are very powerful in calming you down. They are very good calminatives. Okay, so they reduce the dastardly or the the harmful effects of oxidative stress. Okay, ginkgo is very good. Ginkgo is very good if in case the person's memories begin to be impaired. Putting them on ginkgo is very good, but as I said, please check with your doctor, because not everybody can tolerate and all these things. It's so important. This is not a prescription. We are just giving it for information purposes. It's important. If you must use any of these things, clarify with your doctor, and then only then should you go and purchase them, or you contact us so that we can tell you how you can get them. I found out that rosemary is very good. Also, rosemary herb is very good for memory. It's very, very good for memory. And then holy basil. Holy basil is a champion anti-inflammatory vegetable. Basil, ginger, garlic, these are very powerful anti-inflammatories. All right. Thank you for watching today. But I just wanted to encourage you. Okay, there's a balm in Gilead. Okay, there is healing that is beyond books, that is beyond herbs, that is beyond supplements, that is beyond drugs, that's beyond hospital. There's somebody who can heal, and that's Christ Jesus. He is the balm of Gilead. He has healed thousands, if not millions of people around the world from since he came on the scene, and he has continued to heal people. He can heal you. Okay, so if you do not have a relationship with him, it's important you can connect to him and enjoy a relationship with him, and then you will be at peace. I mean, I recommend embracing the faith to somebody. I really do recommend it. I mean, in this age where we no rest anywhere, no rest everywhere, sorry. I mean, wars, anxiety, everything. COVID is doing its own, lockdown is doing its own, all manners of things, fear everywhere. Okay, but the Prince of Peace, if he comes into your life, he will give you peace in the midst of the storm. He told his disciples, he said, in the world you will have tribulations. He said, but be of good cheer, because I've overcome the world. He came and overcome the world on our behalf, and then when he comes into us, he's able to empower us to overcome the world, because the word of God says that faith is the victory, and this is the victory that overcomes the world, even our faith. Okay, I believe God, if you try him out, if you try the gospel, if you embrace Jesus, you too, you'll be able to share testimonies like I've shared. I've worked with him 33 years of my life, and it's been powerful. I've not regretted one day. I've had challenges. My life has not been perfect. Okay, but I'm happy, I'm telling you, and there's no fear anywhere. There's no fear anywhere. Okay, the worst that can happen is death. We just close our eyes and then we wake up in the better life, the more qualitative life. I'm not afraid. I'm not panicked by anything. I'm in absolute peace. If you want to know that peace, you need to try out embracing Jesus. Okay, before I go, I would like to introduce our books. Our books are here. Reversing Depression Naturally. It's a very powerful book, Reversing Depression Naturally. Reversing Hypertension and Cardiovascular Diseases Naturally is also very powerful. These books have helped many people around the world. Reversing Diabetes Naturally. This one is very good. It has helped so many people around the world, including Nigeria. And do not forget, these things can be sent to you. If you want to know where you can get bulk holds, you can ask us. If you want to know, after you have clarified with your doctor, where you can get any of these supplements or herbs, just ask us. We'll be able to tell you. Make your food your medicine. Make your food your medicine. Is very powerful. And then sickness free, fail-proof protocol for regaining and retaining health. Do not forget to subscribe, to turn on your notification, and then also to make comments. And then if you can reach us on the number that is scrolling, especially through WhatsApp. It may take a day or two, but we'll respond to you, and then we'll be able to talk. Thank you so much. If you were not there, we'll not be able to be doing this. Let's partner together and see how far we can go in ridding the world of sicknesses and diseases. Bye-bye.